Previously on the David Eagle podcast.
I'd been intimate with a woman. A very profane, ill-advised Chas and Dave song.
Is it weird to have a poo in the afternoon?
The coffee heads on the stereo. Things are getting steamy.
Papaya, don't preach.
The world is ending. What the hell is this?
It's the David Eagle podcast.
So, David Eagle, it's been 2.5 years.
Is it 2.5 years?
Yeah.
Since we had a conversation.
Since we spoke to each other.
Yes. So it must mean that it's, you know what this means? It means we must be recording an episode of the David Eagle podcast.
Hooray!
There we are. Although we have spoken to each other once in that time, in the 2.5 years since we podcasted, and that was to record an episode of Herbal Tea of the Week.
Yeah.
A feature with Of the Week in it that hasn't happened for, well, probably about 3 years now. But
We went to Slovakia.
yes, he went to Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. We found an interesting herbal tea place, which was situated in a bunker, in a bomb shelter. I don't know why we've not put this out, because it was it 2 years ago that we went to Bratislava? And we haven't put this out yet.
Yeah, it's really tricky, though, because you are quite busy with your jobs. And I have my own job, so it's trying to do
I'm
that.
doing sort of quite a lot of window cleaning at the moment.
And also, we got there on a day where all the museums were free. Accidentally went into a wine museum and ended up doing a wine tasting.
We thought we might do a wine tasting podcast. And the reason for this, it was unbelievable. And that was the thing about Bratislava, it was very cheap. There was a deal. What was it? Something like 70 wines.
70 wines in 90 minutes.
In 90
like
minutes, and it cost like 20 euros or 30 euros, something like that. And I thought it would be quite funny because we don't really drink very much. In fact, when people say, do you want to drink? I'll then tell them that I haven't drank since January the 10th. Which doesn't sound like that far off, but I've not had a drink since January the 10th, and I don't think I had anything since Christmas. But I realise that just makes it sound like I've got a problem.
Because you know exactly.
Because I know exactly. Because apparently, like, a thing that alcoholics will do is that they won't have a drink for a long time, but they'll know to the date that they had a drink. So when people say, do you want a drink? And I'm like, oh no, actually I don't really drink. The last time I had a drink was January the 10th. And it's just that I happen to know where I was when I last had a drink. There's nothing at all pertinent about it. It's just I know the date that the gig was happening, and we had a party afterwards, and I had a drink after that gig. I certainly wouldn't be having a party after yesterday's gig, where it's just incredible how you can just go from doing a run of amazing gigs, just as you start to think, oh, I've got this comedy lark now.
Know what I'm doing.
Just at that moment, you'll just do a gig in front of an absolutely ambivalent audience. I'm going to name and shame. To the people of Coleshill in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it is
I think it might be. So there's been an ongoing dispute with the refuse collectors. So there's a lot of rubbish lining the streets in Birmingham at the moment. Maybe they're just not so receptive to funniness when they're going outside and there's mountains of rubbish bags being overrun by rats. Maybe they're just...
I think they'd have been more entertained, this audience, by watching the scampering rats eating from the litter bag than they would by my comedy.
It wasn't just you, though, was it? It was a tricky night for all.
I don't have a clue, because I didn't stick around for the headliner. I don't want to know, because if I find out that he had an absolute brilliant gig, I don't know if I should really be naming people, but the first comedian, a wonderful American comedian called Russell Hicks, was on, and I've seen him many a time do such a great job. He was comparing the gig, so he was hosting it, he was introducing the various acts, and I thought he was doing a really good job, but the audience were not at all responding. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And after about 5 minutes in, he did something that I thought, is this the worst thing you could possibly do? He said, I'm just going to mention this. He said, I don't know what's going on. There's a weird vibe in here tonight. A weird vibe? What have I done wrong? What is it? And I thought, oh no, you've lost it out. And he said, actually, in retrospect, he said, oh, I couldn't believe that I did that but it actually worked really well, because someone in the audience, I think just jokingly said, well, it's because you're American. And the audience sort of did a little bit of a laugh. And then he kind of played on that and did some like anti-Trump stuff and said, oh yeah, I can understand why Americans. And he did this whole routine, and it brought the audience on side wonderfully. It got a big applause. And then weirdly, I thought they've really warmed to him again. And then they just lost it again for like the next 2 minutes, and then he brought the first act on, the wonderful Pete Otway. He seemed to have them going, and they seemed to be really enjoying it. And then it just sort of went quiet again.
Just fizzled.
It just sort of fizzled again. And it was nothing that he did, it just fizzled again. But then what was really odd is that the second half started and Russell really had them going, and I thought, oh, they've warmed up now. They've really warmed up. And then I went on and it started out fine, but again, it fizzled, and when it fizzled, it really fizzled. I always find it difficult to know what to do in that scenario because I almost want to tell the audience that they're wrong. It's such a difficult thing to do, and I try to do it in a funny way. If it ever happens, I try and do like, it's weird, with comedy because you think you know what you're doing. You'll do comedy festivals to 2,000 people. You'll do these jokes on BBC Radio 4. You'll get to perform on UK television, and you think, brilliant, I've got this comedy lark in the bag. It worked for those audiences, but then the true test of whether your jokes work, you come to Coleshill. That's your final rite of passage there, and I've realised that it's good enough for Radio 4, it's good enough for festivals, it's good enough for TV, but it's just not Coleshill standard. And I try and do that, and I think I try and do it partly because I want them to sort of maybe see that as a funny thing and go, oh yeah, we are being a bit quiet tonight, aren't we? But the trouble is, I'm probably doing that whilst also, I don't know if not being able to see, I have much control over what I do with my face because I haven't learned what other people do. So I'm probably not doing it with a smile on my face. I'm probably doing it like I really hate the crowd because as a part of my brain, because it's self-defense, I start to hate the audience a little bit. And it's more that it's a self-defense thing. Yeah. But I'm probably saying it and I probably just seem like I'm being really arrogant and going, well, it's good enough for Radio 4, it's good enough for the TV, it's good enough for the festivals, but it's not good enough for you, is it not? I mean, it's typical, isn't it? Because we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And I have done, I would say, so many incredible gigs. They've gone so well all over the place. And
you had a lovely run at Edinburgh.
What's the one that we come back and do the podcast and I immediately tell you the story about a gig that was not very good at all.
Yeah, but people don't want to hear about your successes,
no one wants to hear about
they?
The
They don't want to hear about your awards that you won, your TV debut.
Exactly.
They don't want to hear that.
No one
they
wants
don't
all
want to know.
that.
They don't want that. They want to hear when things have gone a bit tits up.
Yeah, so that was an odd gig. And there were a couple of bits that I quite enjoyed. There was, at one point, a couple of glasses fell over in the audience or something happened. And I just said, oh, have you just got so bored now you just started up a game of Jenga? I didn't really get anything either, to be honest. But it's odd which gigs work and which gigs don't. Sometimes you think, oh, this is going to be a tough gig. Like a few weeks ago, I did a gig for the military. And I thought this could be a really hard gig. And I certainly thought it when the RSM, Regimental Sergeant Major, came on to the microphone just before I was about to go on. He said, right, everyone. He says, I just want to say before we start, this is your time to relax. You have served me incredibly well over the last year. And he says, and let's be honest, we've gone through some shit together. We've experienced all sorts, but you've been loyal, you've been brilliant, and you've been exceptionally disciplined. And I just want to say thank you. But tonight is your night. Discipline goes out of the window. You don't worry about rules tonight. There are no rules. You can enjoy yourselves, have something to drink, let loose, let off some steam, do what you want to do. It's your night. Now, please welcome David Eagle. And out I came, and I just thought, you have literally given these people essentially carte blanche to just heckle me to buggery. I mean, that would be quite an aggressive heckle.
That would be very aggressive heckle.
Well, you can call it friendly fire if you want, but fortunately, it was an absolutely lovely gig, and I have to say, I chat people during the gig, and I had a chat with people after the gig, and they were the nicest bunch of people you could ever hope to meet. And I had a drink with them, actually. It was October the 17th, 2024, this gig. I remember it well, because I always remember when I had a drink.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. I stayed up with them about 2 o'clock in the morning, having a lovely chat with various people, and I just thought, it's not that I had negative stereotypes about people who work in the army by any stretch of the imagination, but it warmed my heart. You see things like that and you kind of go, that's going to be a hard gig, and it isn't, and your expectations. One of my favourite gigs was Greenbelt Christian Festival, where they were just up for everything. You just, I started with my song, I'm Killing My Dog for Satan. I said all together now, and 1,000 Christians just joined in with I'm Killing My Dog for Satan. You just don't know. Whereas Coleshill on a Saturday night, I would not have had it down as such a shambles. So you just never know with the gigs. I did a gig a couple of days ago. I've talked about this on the podcast, but I did another one for parents and babies. I tailor, obviously, the set accordingly. I started with a bit of but I'm not sure if the children got that one. I think that might have been a bit too nuanced a joke for the kids. That was interesting. It was difficult to do comedy because obviously the parents were just really distracted looking after the children, and the children throughout the entire thing were screaming and crying. Eventually I got the accordion out of my bag. I didn't even know what I was going to do with it because I thought, I can't do Killing My Dog for Satan. That's going to be, the accordion's a loud instrument. I should have brought a glockenspiel. But I thought they were screaming and crying, and I just started playing the accordion, and immediately the crying stopped. And within, I would say it took half a second of playing the accordion for the crying and the screaming just to go absolutely silent. And then as soon as I stopped playing the accordion, they would start screaming and crying again. I did that as an experiment about 3 or 4 times, and each time it worked incredibly. I couldn't believe it, how the accordion just stopped these kids from crying. I think there's going to be a lot of parents just going, we need to learn the accordion or get some accordion. There's going to be, Google is, and Spotify and stuff, there's going to be have an uptake in LOLO. The theme music to LOLO, I think, is going to be putting the children to sleep. Thank you. There we are. Actually, I have to say, since I started playing the accordion, that really placated the children, didn't it? Just a little experiment here. It was actually has worked an absolute treat there. You might be thinking he's not very funny, but we'll book him to play the accordion for our kids. I'm at the Pied Piper here. They're starting. We've discovered it. We have genuinely discovered the formula. And none of the children's CDs do that, do they? It's all like glockenspiel and stuff like that. It needs to be accordion. Maybe we're going down the wrong thing. What about the bagpipes? I've got some bagpipes. So we try those backstage. Anyway, also need to mention the blindness as well right at the start of gigs. Because if I don't mention it, people in the audience will... they'll often... I'll bring back the accordion at the end. Don't you worry about it. There you go. I should say as well, often we will film the various gigs, but I was slightly worried about putting a clip on TikTok and not realising it's got some woman breastfeeding a child. And I'm suddenly going, this clip of mine is very popular on TikTok. The algorithm's loving this, not realising what's going on there. To be honest, I should have established I am facing the right way, aren't I? I meant just in general, not for the breastfeeding. Let's see if it works again. Here we go. So well. Actually, what I'll do now is I'll put a little compilation together of clips so you can compare. I've done this before at various things, but I'm just fascinated to know how you can say one thing at one gig and it goes down absolutely brilliant. You say exactly the same words at the other gig. Not that I don't want to make it sound like I'm on autopilot. I say the same thing day in, day out. Same bloody, whether it's the military, whether it's for the babies. Yep. I don't know, the military absolutely loved it when I went on and went, goo, 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 goo. They were absolutely brilliant. They actually just so happened to coincide with Morse code. It was an absolute hilarious joke in Morse code, it turned out. Fascinating to know how you can say one thing in one room and it just bring the house down, and you say something in the other room and it just doesn't work. So we'll do a little compilation, and what I'll do is I will say the name of where the gig was, I'll play the laugh, I'll then say the name of the next gig, and when it gets to Coleshill, you can just hear how the laugh for that joke. So I won't play the joke itself, I'll just play me saying wherever the gig is, and I'll use 3 gigs as an example. Yeah. So you'll hear 1, 2, and number 3 will be Coleshill, and you can just hear the difference of the laugh. Okay. I've chosen venues that are roughly the same size, 150 to 200 people, so it's a fair reflection. Yep. They've used the same joke. I can't do much more. Make this a fair experiment. This is a joke response, a response to a joke from the good people of Leicester. Okay. The same joke gets this response from the good people of Leeds. Meanwhile, here is a response from the the people of Coleshill. That's it.
Okay, so there is a bit of
Well, there's
laugh,
laughter. I'm not suggesting that
yeah,
it was absolute ambivalent silence.
It is more of a deflated balloon, isn't it?
Let's say that's 160 people in a room. You know, there are a few people laughing, but you can hear someone just going, unbelievable. She just sounds so disappointed. I think we'll hear from that woman again a little bit later on. Here's another joke. The response that he got in Leicester, same gig. Leeds. Meanwhile, in Coleshill, these are 3 Saturday night gigs as well. I cannot get these. This is a fairer experiment. Leicester, Leeds, Coleshill. That woman again. Final clip. We head to another joke. The response from Leicester. Leeds. And finally, Coleshill. It's just that, and just that noise again. So there you go.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I went on with such confidence because I just thought, well, this works.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. But there you go. So when are we doing the David Eagle podcast, the Coleshill Roadshow? That's the question. Are you excited about that, Coleshill? There we go.
It sounds almost like the milling around at a parents' evening when they're waiting to go and talk about their kids. It's that sort of little...
Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? It just sounds like hubbub.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all gonna...
Like they're expecting a sort of a very long, boring talk about admin.
Yeah.
Maybe, or a PowerPoint presentation about the...
lukewarm tea in styrofoam cups and a custard cream.
And a long, boring PowerPoint presentation about the annual takings.
Oh, dear. What other things we did?
We didn't mention the wine tasting.
Oh, yeah. So we went to...
So I've not had a drink since January the 10th. No. I mean, to be honest, I think I'm definitely not an alcoholic. If I wasn't an alcoholic, if I was addicted, I would have been drinking as of last night.
On the car ride home, you probably would have started.
Exactly. It's irresponsible though to drink and drive.
Yeah, so, I've told you about that.
Exactly. So we only did the little wine tasting where we did like four little glasses. I never say little glasses, they're just little sips, weren't they?
Yeah.
So we just did that. But we were thinking of doing the full wine tasting experience of 70 wines in 90 minutes. And the idea was, I suppose we just suddenly thought this could be really funny because we don't really drink.
And if we try and record it for the podcast,
we just get progressively drunk, and the two of us will just be the three of us. You see, we'll be seeing double, but Ellie will be seeing double. I won't be seeing because I can't. I'll just be seeing another half, 3.5. Because if I can't see, I can only see out a tiny bit out of my left eye, so I'll be seeing half, 1.5. Anyway, now with that, Coleshill. But then we soon realised that actually that's not what it's going to be like. We're going to be in a group of other people. If we're doing 70, and if they're going to do 70 wines in 90 minutes, they're going to have to explain the different wines, and it's going to be far too quick. We're not going to be able to.
We're not going to have a chance to chat.
I mean, what we could have done is we could have done it after the wine tasting.
Yeah.
We could have done a post wine.
A pre and a post.
Is it really a good idea to be saying, we're getting drunk and doing a podcast? It seems a bit irresponsible.
No,
I know that we've got lots of different people listening to this. Children, parents bring this to their children as an educational tool. This hasn't got us to the point of Herbal Tea of the Week. I have actually recorded a few podcasts, but never put them out. Yeah. Because it was essentially me trying to introduce the fact that we were going to do this Herbal Tea of the Week, and it was just me talking.
You did the walk the other day,
I went for a walk in the park. And I recorded for about 2 hours trying to introduce Herbal Tea of the Week, got completely sidetracked, talked about all sorts of stuff, none of the stuff that I've talked about now. It was odd as well because I had not recorded for a while whilst having a walk. So I went for a walk in the park and I was saying about how self-conscious I was that I was essentially just talking to myself. And I know that if you can see, people are probably talking to themselves all the time now because they've got the mobile phones on hands-free. But I just don't know how they look when they're doing it. And I'm just walking down the street or in the park, just trundling away to myself. And I was saying I feel a bit self-conscious about doing this. It was only then that I realised that, because I was saying, the wires got caught and it got caught down my trousers and I was trying to get the wire out. And I was feeling so self-conscious about talking to myself and focused on that. Never crossed my mind to think that people were probably more concerned with the fact that there was a man with his hands down his trousers, jiggling his hands about trying to get, they wouldn't know I was trying to get a wire out. So I think the least of their worries was the fact that I was talking to myself. But I recorded for about 2 hours and then I realised that unfortunately the microphones had a bit of a crackle going on them, so I had to get rid of, so I couldn't use any of that. I don't know, this is going to take a while to edit. Well, I think we should do Herbal Tea of the Week.
And the latest thing, you became a meme.
Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about that, then we'll get on to Herbal Tea of the Week. So what was this then? So
an account, actually 2 accounts on Facebook, one of which has 1 million followers, and they post memes based on stand-up comedians. So a lot of it is like funny things that Sean Locke's done or Jimmy Carr. And there was one of a little clip from your Leicester Square Theatre, and it just says, brilliantly written joke from blind comedian David Eagle, and it's got some screenshots of you and the text up of what the joke is, and it got 23.8 thousand likes.
You having that, Coleshill? Herbal Tea of the Week. Live
from a nuclear bunker.
Let's get back to that. So I thought we really need to release this now.
Yes.
Because if we don't, we'll never get used. Because my fear is that the way the bloody things are going in the world... we suddenly going, this is quite quaint. We're drinking tea in a bomb shelter. If I leave this a few weeks, we might all be drinking teas in bomb shelters. We've got no internet signal. And when we eventually resurface from the bomb shelters, the last thing you're going to want is a podcast going, hey, this is fun. Hey, we're in a bomb shelter having a drink of tea.
It's a bit unique, isn't it?
Exactly. So I thought, let's do it now while it's still a little bit of a novelty factor. Yes, I think we've essentially said all we need to say and more. So here it is.
Yeah.
Herbal Tea of the Week from Bratislava, Slovakia.
Some folks like plain tea, others like tea herbally, but this is the feature that reviews Herbal Tea verbally. We'll give it a smell, we'll give it a drink, and then we will tell you what we think. Tea is the subject on which we will speak in our exciting feature, Herbal Tea of the Week.
Welcome to our first international Herbal Tea of the Week. You join us in Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. We are standing next to a sign. The sign indicates the building where we are about to enter. Ellie Skinner, tell us more.
Drink your cup of tea in a cosy bomb shelter. So that's what we're going to try.
Excellent. Well, let's hope it doesn't cost a bomb. Okay. It seems a bit strange, this. So presumably this was used as a bomb shelter. Well, the idea of a cosy bomb shelter is somewhat, oxymoronic in a way. I suppose it's like recycling. If you've got these spaces, then why not? So as we descend the stairs, there is a smell of incense. It smells like a church.
There's a cupboard with board games, and there's a big scene on the wall of people picking tea in a plantation. Thank you.
Here you go. These are for me.
That's lovely. We're in a room that's got green-orange fabric across the ceiling. There's a big piece of fabric stretched across one wall that's got like Indian design on with people riding elephants and peacocks and things. And
people riding peacocks?
Elephants.
We said peacocks?
And peacocks.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, the idea of using a bomb shelter, a place obviously associated with conflict and war.
for tea.
There's a part of me that kind of goes, is that a right thing to do? Like the idea of describing a bomb shelter as a cosy bomb shelter, almost like making a novelty factor out of the bomb shelter. But then again, it has to be used for something, you presume. It's difficult to knock a bomb shelter down. For obvious reasons, it's quite difficult. By the way, I should explain that the music that is playing is not something that we've added on. I haven't sort of just decided to add this music, in case you're thinking, this is a bit weird, David. The music is playing from the speakers. I assume it's not a real musician.
I don't believe it is.
Okay.
Okay, so there's some Slovak herbs.
Well, I think if we're going to go, if we're in Slovakia, it seems wrong. You know, if we go all the way here, come down to a bomb shelter in Bratislava, and end up having Earl Grey or Yorkshire tea, I think we've done something wrong there.
Oh, yeah. You were in a beautiful historic building of Zichy Palace where you can find unique spaces that still take the function of a bomb shelter.
It still will take the function of a bomb shelter.
Yeah, it would still work, I guess.
Right.
The construction of Zichy Palace was completed in 1775. Part of its underground space was rebuilt in the 1950s in a civil protection cover. It's designed for people who live nearby the Zichy Palace. If necessary, 45 people can fit into the shelter for about 72 hours. The cover is built against bomb, gas and atomic attack. You're currently about 12 metres underground.
So it's useful to know that. Because when I'm drinking tea, I'm always like, well, this is all very well and good, but I'm susceptible to nuclear atomic attacks. Whereas now, in this environment, I can enjoy my tea safe in the knowledge that I'm protected against nuclear atomic attacks. Brilliant.
So how it works. The preparation of teas takes some time, so please be patient. We do everything that we can to make the tea prepared the best way. For preparation, we use 3 grams, 5 grams, 6 grams, 10 grams, 12 grams of dry tea, depending on the tea. Even if you feel like you're at home, please note you're in the tea room. Intimacy is not accepted here, and keep noisy behaviour low.
My goodness, you wonder what people have done in order to warrant that sign. Remember, you're not at home.
So
what have people been doing in here?
The first page of teas is crazy top offer. So there's a section.
Oh, well, that's why people top off. That's giving people an idea. Top offer.
So the first bit
Get a
says,
top off. Yeah.
for a confused customer, there's one listed, I don't know. There's a second one, it doesn't matter, which is sweet. I want this. I don't want this. I can't choose. This one, surprise me, which is sweet with milk.
I think that's really good. I'm not sure it works to have a tea called I don't want this.
Well, yeah, because
Who's ever going to choose that?
wow.
I'm going to be contrarians.
Different types of problems. I might be sick. This is sweet. Hangover cure. I'm feeling hot. This is a sweet one. I need change. I need a boost. I don't have time, which is a very small amount of tea, and I'm not thirsty.
This has confused me more.
There's the top
This
ones.
is confusing me more. They just told me what the tea was, but
Okay.
they've given me random names.
Well, that's just,
Which is-
and then the last bit of this mystery page is top, the most favourite, which is sweet with milk, the most energetic, the most sour, and the most rare.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's if you want to try a taste tea adventure, we have a way that you can do a tea journey around the world. Let different tastes of teas from different parts of the world dive your mind into the world of tea. Ideal for beginners who want to start their journey across tea culture, but also for experienced experts who cannot choose what they want. So this comes with 6 different teas, one from Taiwan, a Taiwan Gaba, a Chinese Longqing, Indian Darjeeling, Japanese Sencha, African Ruboi Masai, and American Mate Rancho.
Do we do 6 and do we rate them against each other and have an epic international herbal tea battle?
Tea.
It seems right, bearing in mind we're in a bomb shelter, that we should set these teas in conflict with each other, let them go to war. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's fine, because there's pages and pages of other ones that
Let's do that then.
want
We're going to
read
pit
out.
the teas against each other.
Okay.
I'm also feeling slightly nervous. We're keeping our voices down because there's other people in. But we only know of one other group of people who are in, a couple who are English. And I was hoping maybe we'd have a bit of anonymity with different languages and that people wouldn't necessarily know we were recording and commentating, but we're very close to another couple. Not like that. I know they said it gets intimate around here. Keep your close one in there. We're just keeping our voices down because it's, I wonder if they're aware. I'm presumably not aware of the podcast. Maybe they know. They know we're in Bratislava and they thought, where are David Eagle and Alice going to be? Obviously at the tea bunker. What is this place called, by the way?
Kachovnia Sipotsemi.
There we go.
Semichko. I think.
Well, I think you've got that, everybody. No need for any phonetic spelling there, so you can just look that up at your own leisure.
There's also samurai shots.
What?
So these are strong tea extracts that have a natural flavour and kicks your energy without alcohol. Refreshing and energising taste of Brazilian mate in combination with the flavour of maracas and citrus.
Maracas?
what
It's
it
a
says.
taste of maracas.
That's what it says.
It's a bit, trouble is, I've heard when people drink that one, they do feel a bit shaky afterwards. Oh, we're back, everybody.
They've gone for Jenga next door.
Jenga?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean there's because you can play games?
Games, yeah.
Oh, doesn't sound like it's gone very well. Collapsed already. You can see why people get into it here. All this caffeine coursing through them, the music getting more and more frenetic. The Jenga.
There's also more people coming in.
Imagine if we think they're coming down for tea, but actually there's been a bomb scare. Meanwhile, I'm hearing the sounds of beeping. That suggests maybe that time is elapsing on our various teas. Okay.
There you go, dude.
Alright, so I just want to explain that you need to drink it from this one to this one,
Yeah.
from this one to this one, from this one to this one, because of the intensity of the caffeine.
Yeah.
This one is the strongest,
Okay.
and you go like that. You have a card that is explaining the tea and something like to it.
Lovely.
Alright?
Oh, thank you very much. Okay. And it's lovely. There's just this cocktail of smell in front of me. Of course, we will be isolating the smell, but it will get a very high score just on conglomeration of smells. An amalgam.
First up, we have from Japan, Essentia. So that is green tea. It is quite green in the cup. So we've got these little earthenware cups that are white on the inside, so you get quite clear colour. Then number one is Japan Sencha. Famous Japanese tea gardens give the world unforgettable scents and flavours. Drinking this tea can boost mental and physical activity.
Oh my goodness, no wonder people are getting intimate.
Then we've got a smell information and a taste information.
Oh, okay.
So, you want to smell it first and you do what you think it is?
Okay. Is there saltiness about it? You getting that?
It's almost seaweed.
There's a seaweedy saltiness about it, yeah.
Well, the smell on the card says the aroma is full and pure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a. I mean, I like it, but I wouldn't say. I wouldn't think of it as a tea. I'd think of it smells more like a soup.
Yeah.
I like it though, but I'm going to give it a 6. Let's leave. So it's 12 on smell.
Okay, and now it's on to taste.
Now it's time to taste. Okay, that tastes completely different how it smells, and I like it because it gives my nose an impression, and it signals to my taste buds: prepare yourself for a seaweedy, salty soup.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get this much more bitter tea taste, green tea taste. Because you've got that smell. You're still getting a bit of that taste, but I don't think the taste is necessarily there. You're imagining that taste because of the smell. That's what I'm getting anyway. So it's playing tricks on me,
Okay.
and I like it.
What are you giving it for taste?
I like it. I might go for a 7.
I was going to go 7.
Well, then we will do. 12 for smell, 14 for taste.
So the description on the card for taste is, it's a game of pleasant grass taste with a flowery sweetness. Bitterness is easy and incomprehensible. The infusion leaves a feeling of a very lush taste with a trace of fragrant flowers. And yeah, I get that. It's got a similar sort of thing to a jasmine.
I used to go out with the jasmine. Bitterness came easy and was incomprehensible, so I can relate to that.
Okay, so the next one is the China tea, which is Longqing. And this is from another ceramic little jug with blue and white decorative. The last one was very green. This is a paler yellow. It is the most famous Chinese green tea. It's harvested in the spring and the whole process is strictly adhered. The process of sorting, drying and typical roasting on wax is important. The tea leaves...
On wax?
Yeah, roasted on wax.
Roasted on the wax.
The tea leaves are processed into flat shapes.
Okay.
Okay, so have a little sniff.
Okay. Yeah, there still is that saltiness about it, isn't
The
there?
green
Yeah.
teas, I guess.
To me, it smells kind of the same. So I'll
Yeah,
give the other one a
it's quite
6.
similar. Yeah.
I'll give this one a 6 as well, because it essentially seems the same to me. I think she's given us the same tea.
So the smell on the information says smells of roasted chestnuts can be found at the smell.
Can they? Well, I'm not sure about that.
Ooh. That's a lot nuttier.
I mean, that's the very phraseology of an expert there. You've just heard from Ellie. That is mortier, she says.
I said nuttier.
Oh, but you said mortier?
No, that's nuttier.
It's weird.
It has a nutty taste to it.
Okay.
It's a bit like when we get the popcorn green tea, which I don't think we've reviewed yet. It's got that sort of element to it.
There's a bitterness about it, definitely. Again, it's nothing like the smell would suggest. It's refreshing. I'm going to go for 6.
I was going to go 8.
Oh!
Yeah, I quite like that.
For the first time, we diverge.
Okay. Next up, we've got Taiwan.
And it's not going to be all peace and harmony. We know that. We're at war here. Okay, so Ellie,
So
what does that do? That essentially draws it level,
They're
though?
the same, yeah.
They're the same?
Yeah, it's the same.
So that means the first tea had a total rating of...
26.
And this also has a total rating of 26. So far, we are neck on neck. But again, that's why they keep putting those signs up, Ellie.
So the next one is from Taiwan. It's a Taiwan GABA. The GABA tea is unusually rich in vitamins and antioxidants due to its quality. The infusion has a deliciously rich, flowery, sweet taste with a scent full of fruit and honey.
Oh, this sounds absolutely delightful. I'm looking forward to something maybe a little sweeter after what we've experienced so far. Oh! The Jenga has collapsed. Oh, I've hit a bomb shelter. I was a bit worried.
So this is a more sort of golden orangey colour.
I'm now about to smell. The salt has gone. There is definite green tea. It's that popcorn smell that you were referring to before, is there?
Yeah.
It's my favourite one so far, so I'm giving it an 8.
Nice. Yeah.
8 for Ellie as well.
Yeah.
Okay, the highest for smell so far. Smelling notes, Ellie.
It says it has a sweet floral scent.
It certainly does. The most minimalist description, but the best rated on smell so far. It's time to taste.
Okay.
Oh,
That's very nice.
yeah, it's really nice, that.
It's got quite
Very
a rounded
refreshing.
flavour.
It's got that. It's not sweet. I don't think it's sweet. And bear in mind, we've had more bitter teas, so this one tastes sweeter as a result. But I would think if you just had it neutrally, you wouldn't think of it as sweet. But it's certainly sweeter, and it rounds it off lovely.
Very light floral without any bitter tones with cream texture.
I'm going to go for an 8 for that one.
Yeah, going
Ellie goes for an 8 as well, which means we have a leader. Ellie Skinner.
Yes.
What's the score?
So Japanese and Chinese teas both have 26, and this one has got 32.
32, so it's way ahead, but we're only halfway through. There are still 3 teas to go.
Okay, next up.
And you might notice that I'm getting more lively. Yes, I know, of course, this is getting more exciting as the drama increases in its intensity, but remember, she mentioned when she brought the tea over that each tea is intensifying in its caffeine content, and so it is only natural that my voice should escalate. The timbre, the pitch, the inflections should all match that.
Also, you get very affected by caffeine.
Exactly, well, that's what I've just said, Ellie. You've essentially just paraphrased me in a less interesting way.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I do.
That's what I said at our wedding vows. I said, I essentially said exactly the same, Ellie. You've essentially just paraphrased what I said in a less interesting way. I do. Okay.
So this is the Darjeeling. Quality for tea from Darjeeling is attributed to the same position as champagne amongst wines. Gentle scent like musk and a charming aroma are the result of a unique combination of cool, mild climate, altitude, rain and local natural weather conditions.
Okay.
So this is another sort of golden yellow. Okay, so give it a
It's
sniff.
time to have a smell. A very different smell, but to be honest, I'm not getting a lot. It's a sweet smell.
It smells like a normal standard black tea.
I suppose it does actually, but very light.
Yeah.
It's not got much going on smell. I do like it though.
I think I prefer it to the seaweedy smell.
I'm going to go for a 7. I think that's about right,
7 as well.
based on the other tea. So again, we haven't diverged this time round. There's only one tea that we've diverged upon, and it didn't matter anyway because it made it draw level. It's a 7 for smell for both of us. It's going to take some doing to beat the previous tea, but we'll see what can happen when we taste it. Oh, it's nice.
So this is interesting because usually I would have a black tea with a bit of sugar in, and obviously I'm not here. But it's a very smooth, velvety flavour.
It is.
Which is a weird way of describing a taste, but it works.
Yeah, I like that. It's a very nice tea. I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay, I'm giving it a 7.
It's got a bitterness, but it's lovely on the throat. It's just like drinking a lovely tea. It's the most, what you would class British tea, but it's, if you're having a cup of tea, that's more the taste, but it's just a very nice one.
So that's 29.
Okay.
So that's in second position.
Second position, that seems about right for me.
So the smell, aroma is sweet and floral, and taste, you can taste young fruit and flavours of peanut butter.
I'm not entirely sure about that, but it's nice.
This is interesting in terms of the caffeine order.
Okay.
Because our next tea is an African tea. And it's
T5, the penultimate tea.
a ruby tea.
This is a ruby tea,
So
okay.
it doesn't have caffeine in it.
Ah, so she doesn't intensify in caffeine order in some
Maybe
way.
it's flavour intensity.
Okay.
That's maybe what she was thinking. So, Africa Rhubarb Assai. Rhubarb is a beverage prepared from a sprig called Cape tea tree. It's an ideal natural source of minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, and trace elements. It does not contain caffeine.
Okay,
Ruby smell.
well, the classic smell of ruby. Hello, if you're listening, Ruby. Much better than Jasmine, I have to say. She wasn't bitter in the slightest, Ellie. If you don't mind me mentioning previous women.
Very sweet.
The David Eagle podcast is back with added misogyny. It's very sweet, but it's classic ruby.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like a ruby. I'm giving it an 8. Is
Yeah, 8.
there anything we should be smelling?
It says ruby fragrance is often described as sweet and slightly warm.
Oh, I described it as sweet, didn't we?
Yes, you did.
We both described it as sweet. The thing is, it's lovely to have a sweet tea after what we've had previously, and maybe that's unfair on the other teas, because this is a welcomed refresher.
It's very smooth.
What should we be tasting?
It has a full, refreshing and naturally sweet honey flavour.
It's my first vacillation.
Okay.
I'm vacillating between an 8 and a 7.
Okay.
What's your verdict, Ellie?
I was going 8.
Yeah, I think it's an 8 for me too.
Okay. So that brings it level with Taiwan at 32.
Okay, so we've got 2 in the lead. There's still a chance though for one to nudge ahead.
Okay.
It's the final tea.
This one's from America. It's a mate rancho, a traditional beverage of the Paraguayan Indians. It's prepared from Paraguay leaves. It contains a lot of minerals, vitamins and antioxidants, and has distinctive stimulating properties. So this is another sort of golden yellow.
Let's smell it. Oh, I like it. I think that might be my favourite smell. Ellie is sniffing loudly to prove that she's smelling. We have been in some production training, and one of the criticisms is when we smell, we don't sniff loud enough, and Ellie has remembered that from production training. That's why we've been off free here, and I'm sure you can appreciate the quality has increased.
I think we've had a tea from the Americas before.
I like it. It's my favourite one. It's sweet. Is this like honeyness? Maybe it's like floral notes, maybe even nutty. I don't know. It's putting my brain all over the place. I like what it's doing.
What are you giving it?
I'm giving it a 9.
Oh, I was giving it a 9.
Then it's top of the leaderboard for smell.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that the taste will affirm its high-ranking smell. Ellie, talk to me about what it thinks we should be smelling.
It says it has a slightly smoky odour.
Did you get smokiness?
Yeah, but the
Let me
thing
smell
is,
the bottle
do
again.
I-
Where's the thing?
Am I
Is this the
smelling
smell?
it?
Is this
No,
the... No.
It's this one here.
Maybe a little bit.
And also because I can see the card, I don't want to be swayed by what the card's saying, so I don't know if I've avoided saying. Okay, you ready for tasting?
I didn't smell suede. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
That's different.
that's got a nuttiness to it.
That honey thing I'm getting again.
And the description says the taste is strong, easy to claw, long-lasting, with a bit of bitterness.
Okay,
Okay.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me.
It's getting a 9.
Ooh. I was
Ellie.
doing an 8.
It's a 9 from me.
Total of
It's an 8.
35.
It gives it a total of 35. The final tea takes it. It's difficult to predict the taste based on the smell. You can't predict the future just by smelling. Who do you think I am? Nostradamus. So, just to recap, the winning tea.
Was the American Mate Rancho from Paraguay.
So, how was the taste?
Very
Which
nice,
one
thank
did you
you.
like?
I think, well, the last one won in the end.
Really?
Yes.
Mate Rancho was like your favorite. It's
Yeah.
very, very bitter.
Is it?
It might not have seemed that way after all
the others, it seemed.
So you like the Matanencho? Well done. That's
thank
not
you.
very usual.
Ah.
That's why I'm like.
Well, we are very unusual, so.
That's okay. We like. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Herbal tea of the week.
Herbal Tea of the Week from Bratislava, Slovakia. I've received a voice message.
Okay.
Hello, mate. Just catching up from Saturday. Thanks for doing the gig, mate. And you made some comments on stage as though you felt it wasn't going well, but everyone absolutely loved you. And feedback was great. So, no, thanks for coming and doing your thing. Appreciate it. Don't forget to invoice me. Sorry, didn't catch up and sort of say goodbye. I think I was running around as you were leaving. So, yeah, apologies. I didn't get a chance to catch you on Saturday. But, yeah, thanks so much for doing it.
So there we are.
Maybe they were just like a really visual crowd and they were just really smiling at you.
Maybe they couldn't laugh. They were rocking.
Maybe.
They were rocking. And the reason the one was going, it was because she was spasming almost.
Yeah, maybe she was like,
oh, yeah, who knows?
not, oh.
Anyway, I don't know.
Don't forget to invoice though, David.
I was thinking of just doing it for the love, but I suppose I'll accept a bit of money for the gig. We will play out with a little soundscape. Because, as I say, we happened upon, as I say, at this national festival day that they were having, we happened upon all sorts of people singing in the street, a group of children singing in the street, various instrumentalists, and then my favourite was we were just passing this pub outside, like they're all drinking outside, drinking beer outside. There was just a man playing the accordion and just people sat around the table and singing along, presumably to some Slovakian song. And then there was a man who just stopped by me. He was just walking down the street and he stopped by me, obviously recognised the song and just started really singing along and absolutely loved it. And it was just some people, it wasn't like a professional thing, it was just some people having a drink and it was lovely. So I thought we'd have a little bit of that. I'm hoping we're not going to play it and someone from Slovakia is going to get in touch and say that is like a really right-wing, racist, homophobic song you've just played there. But it sounds really nice to me anyway.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yeah, we'll try. I feel as if it's one of those things that once we start,
we'll get into
it more. We do this similar thing with our sex life, don't we?
Pretty much.
Once we start, you know,
it's reasonably enjoyable for everyone.
We'll get through it. There's a few tangents along the way. And it's all going so well until I think of Coleshill. Lie back and think of Coleshill. So let's end with a little Bratislavan soundscape, and we shall try and come back and make this regular. But let's keep in touch, people. We'll do something more regularly. So we'll fade out with lovely Bratislavan soundscape from me. Enjoy the racist homophobic singing. From me, David Eagle.
Me, Ellie Eagle Skinner.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Pija by tak prepletala, keby také vošky mala, ako zajac a na moju mielu veľký pozor.
Hej, boli by bačovia, hej, boli by bačovia, boli radovali. Hej, keby im valasi, hej, keby im valasi dobre napasali. Hej, dobre napasali.